Welcome to the first knockout game of the fastest chaos DM tournament on Hyperrandom. We have Hazzy competing here as the Green Teutons for game 1 and Nili as the Ethiopians. And this pyramid is Defend the Wonder. If it gets killed, the player loses. The guy you hear breathing a bit in the background is TwEpY. What do you think of the Civ matchup at the map here?
Sorry, can you hear my breathing? Sorry, I need to hit the gym. I'm an out of shape man. No, my microphone soft things come off, and now it seems to pick up all the noise a lot easier. But yes, so I kind of like Teutons here. I think Teutons should be fine here. Looks like the map is like a 4 lakes gen, but with a wonder, I guess. But I don't know. I think Teutons are better here. What do you think, Mr. Otter?
I think I like Teutons as well, even though Ethiopians can, if they have up behind their SO, be kind of nice against Teutons if the Paladins are gone. And probably even have a win con late game? I'm not sure.
Maybe. I think it'll be tough though, because I think the Paladins are going to clean house a few times with the siege. Hazzy does like to raid a lot. Hazzy's already building docks behind Nili.
Let's go. Yeah, one is already up. Not making ships yet, but looking to surround. Also docks in the north. This place, yeah, we're going there.
Yep, so Hazzy's going for a lot of map control. Hazzy will start to take the relics very quickly. That's one thing I've been annoyed about playing against Hazzy myself, so watch those relics disappear pretty soon, I'd say.
And yeah, indeed, we could see a Wonder Snap as well. Hey, Huggie, hey, Emmons, hey, but the Wonders are kind of at the back, and they tend to have a lot of HP, so it isn't that easy to snipe them. Ethiopians actually apparently getting architectures. This Wonder has more HP.
I wonder how many trebs do you think it takes to bring down the... How many treb shots to bring down the Wonder? Do you think it's a lot?
But it has kind of the HP of a castle, right? So it's pretty similar.
So maybe it is viable to sneak the Wonder, but it's going to be hard for Nili because Hazzy is spreading the map. He's taking the middle of the map. Nili's kind of getting close back. So he's going to have to try and do a big push down the middle, I think, Nili.
Yeah, it's kind of what Ethiopians do best, right? Mobility should be a little bit better for the Teutons here with the potential to add in Paladins until it goes really late, because then it's like Hussar versus Scouts. But yeah, map control looking beautiful for the Suno player.
Yeah, this is one thing Hazzy's very good at. He's very good at taking the map, taking the relics, and then even though he takes bad trades, he bleeds you of your resources. It's very hard to get a good eco against him. You've got to be very quick at getting your eco up. So yeah, I like his position. I noticed Nili has no archery ranges. Do you think that's a good call, or what would you say?
I would really like to see archery ranges. As I said originally, right? I would think I would like to see some ups behind the SO here. Really nice denial by Hazzy. In the north, they're denying the castle and the TC, 1 gold stone. Berries, well, the berries look better, but the other rest do. And he has taken over the lake. There is Kenegaians and even some keeps to keep it.
Yeah, that's super annoying. Hazzy doing what he does best, and Nili is pushing to the south. He's got some trebs. He's trying to take this castle.
I'm watching it. Shotel's doing kind of decent job sniping the SO there, but now heavily armored Teutonic infantry on the field as well. Should take favorable, very favorable engagements against the Shotels.
He can actually kill that castle.
Though. He added ranges somewhere. Yeah, I think he added some to the side now.
He's going to kill the castle with the Shotels, and the Shotels have done it. The castle is down to the Shotel warriors. Those were some tough Shotels. They had their training good, I think. But this is looking very tough for Nili, I'd say, because where's he making eco, Otter? I can't see any eco.
Yeah, exactly. Has he also denying the TC that he even tried to build behind his Wonder? The units will eventually die to the castles. He's losing houses and structures to the Kenegaians in the back front as well. Has he will really nice and start and nice surround here.
Yeah, it's so hard to play against Hazzy on an open map like this. He's just everywhere, and he's really into the champions at the moment. I think the champions might start to struggle if Nili can get some more Arbalest out and some more SO, but he's very low on resources and very low on... Well, actually, Hazzy's burnt out of resources, but Nili's still got a big queue. Lots of resources left, so...
Nili still has a bank, 6k food. He doesn't need eco that soon, and also decent gold bank. At least 21 on gold. development isn't really done by Nili. I noticed with Nili, he always does eco really late. Focuses much more on controlling his army, but therefore also seems to have a big bank every time that the DMers are out of press already.
Yep, so he's going to have to try and get something going quickly because Hazzy has fully boomed 116 villagers already, and he's about to get the 4th relic, and well, this map actually has like 8 relics, but I don't think that Nili can play for much longer without doing some damage to Hazzy, because Hazzy is fully boomed and he's going to take trades all day now.
34 farms already set up, minute 13, kind of beautiful, especially while denying all the economy engagement. Once again from the opponent, these champions are worth so much. Deny the TC, deny the castle again, and will even deny another town center there. Nearly even in the relatively safe kind of back of his base, can't get farms or villagers or basically anything done there. So running out of wood now.
Yeah. And this is so annoying. This is so annoying to play against. Like, you know, we've all played against these super aggressive DMers. Like, Hazzy has like a Quendi style, right, with like the sort of Kelar kind of thing that he did to me in our series. You know, this is very annoying to play against. And I think, you know, you have to get castles up really fast. Like, just wall those villages, get those castles up super quick, because the more times this happens, the further behind, you know, you're further behind in villages you're getting.
Yeah, absolutely. Really strong opening by Hazzy. Nili now trying to get the map control back a bit, has some shortles in the north. But as opposed to its opponent, Hazzy's castles have all gone up, so map control is pretty solidified, especially with the extra range. So the bombard cannons there on the field can't even do anything against the castles.
Yep, and now Hazzy can trade with paladins, and he can trade this army down, slowly getting away the gold units. Hazzy's denied the gold to the right and to the left for a long time. That's 10,000 gold that Nili's not been able to take. And that's going to start to show now, because Nili's going to really struggle to get out more siege units.
Zayu and Huggie really want to talk about the Wonder sniping potential here, pointing out that Hazzy's Wonder isn't protected from his show tail, right? Okay, yeah, it isn't perfectly protected against that. Still think the likeliness of Nili going for that might not be too high, but Nili knows about the Wonder.
I think if you're losing and you think you're going to lose, the Wonder Snipe is pretty much your best shot, right? So
yeah.
If we start to see Nili getting pushed in the middle, maybe he will sneak some units down to the south to go for that snipe, which I would say is going to have to come, you know, soon-ish. Although he does have a good gold income coming in now. What about the wood, Otter? Do you think the wood is an issue here as well, or not particularly?
Yeah, I think the wood is an issue for production for him right now. I think it's the reason he's at only 140 population, and it means he can't add farms as well. Wood control, not really the problem yet, but just the eco being so much on gold, right? And he can't really get to farms with this.
Yeah, and I think Hazzy's not too far away from just... He's still on champions, but I think he can really consider switching into a lot of paladins now and really pushing. I don't know where his stone is, but he's not taking his stone actually. His stone's at the back still. So he could start to push with some castles and a lot of paladins now raiding. I think that's how you end the game here, and I think he's, you know, he can go for it fairly soon, but he's still into the champions. He likes his champions, obviously, so it has worked well for him in the game so far. But I think now that he's got a really good economy, he can start to switch into more paladins.
Yeah, especially with Pale's Bank, right? I mean, paladins are more gold heavy, less food heavy. Thing he has right now is paladins. Obviously, the other choice is like more the Quendi choice to do, as you compared him to the fast Quendi players already.
Yeah.
The slower Quendi players really like that gold bank and would kind of probably always go for champions over paladins here to keep it.
Yeah, and he could actually start going for the Wonder. I would say going for the Wonder in this sort of position to distract Nili and clear the front push for the Trebs and some castles, etc. would be a nice move.
Yeah, and it would distract Nili because Huggie, you're saying nobody reads the announcement. Yeah, I don't think Nili read the announcement, but as I said earlier, I played a practice set against Nili where I was kind of losing the game, looped cannon gains around and killed his Wonder, so he knows you can die to losing that thing. You can win by killing your opponents.
This could be. I was mocked for my use of the siege tower, but is this a good example of when a siege tower would come up good? Do you think against the Wonders?
To transport shortles past the castles or champions.
Imagine that.
Maybe, but I think
You're-
Rams would be better, probably.
Maybe. It's GG cool.
It is GG, yeah. Really strong play by Hazzy, even without the wonders playing a role.
Yep. So it was a kind of a very classic Hazzy game, and he was allowed to do what he does. Very hard for Ethiopians. I think maybe there was potential for maybe a bigger army, a bigger push down the middle, but yeah, Hazzy in his element there.
Yeah, really nice start by him, and yeah, kind of never let go of the pressure of Nili, and there all those denied TCs to the north. Just really, I think, sealed the deal for him there.
Yep, it's very hard to play in that sort of game if you're Nili. We've all been in that position against aggressive player.
Hey, Oxalot's resources collected tell a big story, 31k to 14k. And yeah, let's take a look at the draft. You probably saw the next game already. That's why you're umming, but
you're a wise man. Yeah, you got me. But my memory's so bad, I've actually already forgotten what the civs are, so we can still talk about it.
Yeah, what do you think of the draft overall? I mean, I haven't talked to you. I said I like Nili's a bit more, but obviously not so Hazzy.
Well, I really like Bulgarians. I think they're so good. I know they kind of suck on water, but if you get a land map, I think they're probably the strongest civ. I just love the conics. I love the full siege. The conic for me is kind of a great unit. So I really like Bulgarians, Portuguese and Turks. I mean, Goths is kind of a killer as well, because you can kind of counter Lithuanians. You can kind of rush a lot of civs down. I really hate playing against Goths. I think maybe Nili has Portuguese to win a matchup, but it kind of depends on what he's against. I think all of Hazzy's civs do okay against Nili's civs against Nili's strong civs. So also Khmer kind of eats Turks.
Yeah, I think now it's looking way more grim for Nili actually after that game one. I thought like Ethiopians against the later picks can get an easy win, and then Portuguese and Turks I like in the draft as well. But like how it's standing now, Nili might be out of civs for game 5.
Just having Goths in your civ draft is just such a strong weapon against other civ picks for the other guy, right? I can't see Lithuanian, like if you go Lithuanian, you're risking against Goth. Hindustani should wreck Lithuanian as well. I'd imagine. I mean, what's Burgundians and Burmese? I mean, they're kind of ass.
Hindustanis are also not the greatest. I guess Burmese could beat Hindustanis. It's not struggling against elephants. But I am now loaded up into the second game, so
Okay. What time are we going to?
I'm 39 seconds. Is how fast I was this time.
Wait for me, sir.
Ooh, interesting map. Yeah, tell me when you're there. A lot of cliffs in the middle, lots of gold in the middle.
Right, I'm here.
Other spots as well. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Turks versus Bulgarians, your thoughts?
Well, it's a lot of gold forward. Nili has only 1 gold back. Hazzy has 2 golds back. Turks are faster, so this is good for Nili that he can hopefully take the middle, and then he has to try and surround the Bulgarian player before they get a big push going, because they're going to have a deadly push.
Yeah, great seed for the Bulgarians, but if you have enough bombard cannons out, all that is snipeable. Nili very good with bombard cannon micro usually. Certainly would need to show that if we get into a kind of even mid-game situation. The treadmill crane starts here. Let's see if Nili can make it happen in the rush.
Yep, so I think Nili needs to take the map quickly. If Hazzy can get to Conic, How, Siege Ram, I think that's going to be, with a few SO, I think that's going to be the comp he should go for. And Nili see a camel rushing down. So Nili's got a great start here, Otter. He's got 4 vills down, and he's still finding more.
Yeah, so he has that camel in the back. Well, these Cabachos getting snuffed out nicely by some halberdiers. No crab post up yet, even though Hazzy started with a kind of 4 barracks quick crab post build with 1 stable instead of 1 rex there. But now 1 crab post goes up. 4 villager losses. They're not too bad. I think 4 is like the kind of normal number here to lose with Bulgarians.
Yeah, and the crab posts are going up, so that's probably the end of the rush. So Nili doesn't want to waste too much now. He needs to start putting castles forward, taking the map. He is probably going to struggle if he doesn't get some forward castles, I'd say, because Hazzy's going to get out of his base a lot quicker. But this is a good map for Nili, I think. This is a good map for him with the Turks.
Yeah, it's a nice map because control matters a lot. You have all these hills on the outside, right, with gold and stone to the north. Maybe Nili can maybe get a quick jump onto even solidifying position up north and not giving that away. The back position and the back corner is obviously nice for like Hazzy's map. In the south, Nili could maybe try to secure that as well. Trying to go for only a cast in the middle so far. So if he was like more the Kelar style or also Hazzy style that we saw last game, I think Hazzy, if he switched roles here from judging from last game, would probably have structures on all the corners already.
Yep. And he's taking a left, but the right hand side of the map, there's a gold there. If I was playing Kelar in this game, I think I'd still be losing vills. Kelar would have these golds on the right now, and I think he'd be on 5 TC, 6 TC, and I would be really getting choked. But I think Hazzy's got enough room to get out of this. Let's see if he can do it.
Yeah, Hazzy even developing to that north, which I think he probably shouldn't get in this matchup. Nili playing very middle focused, kind of lacking the expansion there, but also not much siege out really, no siege onagers. And I guess 7 rams in 1 building, a mistake that Zayu criticized of me, and at least seems like only 1 is produced. I don't know, seem to be in 2 buildings, but they're not really coming out.
Yep, I have a visit from one of my kids, Otter, so I'm going to hand it to you quickly.
Right, I can understand that. Zetnus trying to go back. Chemist trying to snipe that. Nili just trying to solidify or trying to get control over the middle of the map, which certainly does have quite a few of gold. Monks sneaking by Hazzy, and he's getting a crap post up on the relic to the south. Also some resources there. Hazzy kind of sneakily expanding into this game, while middle fights are looking good for the German player, though population also 170 to 129, so maybe Nili can just make it happen straight through the middle. Probably doesn't want to spread too thin, wants to be able to micro his bombard cannon, so concentrate the game in 1 push, and is confident to take the better engagements there. Turk Cavachers obviously helping. Cavachers always kind of good against Conics. Maybe would even like to see some skirm addition here by the Bulgarian. I don't know why feeling like Turks is not okay. But the Cavachers are getting mopped up badly now. Nili not migrating them back. The Conics proving their worth, as TwEpY said, likes them a lot. So there was quite some significant Cavacher losses there. Now the Rams coming in. It looks like Hazzy is pushing this back. It looked strong for the Cavachers. As Alistair also said, if someone in mod can allow that message, please. But then the Tides seem to turn nice bombard cannon shots on the siege onagers. Janissary edition probably really nice here, right? To have a unit against the infantry. Yeah, like I don't know which memories you have against Bulgarians. Was it against Frost? Apparently Twitch seems to think that the Turk civilization in Age of Empires 2 has no feelings. These Cavachers disagree. Or maybe not, I mean they're just getting yeeted into the opponent. And the Conics are having to go back though. Nili retains control of the middle. Also, the Keeps make an appearance again. If you're watching my YouTube carefully, you saw that Nili kind of makes bombard towers in this tournament by combining a Turk Keep and a Turk bombard cannon to have a fully legal bombard tower strategy. And we are seeing it again. Hazzy looking to finally colonize the north a bit more, only has these trap posts there south. And he doesn't seem to care at all about expanding. Also has 100 villagers, though mainly on gold. Now developing some farming eco as well. This is looking really good for Nili now. Turks are indeed looking strong, so Alistair on point today, as long as he's not hyping Scorpions, he is right. So we don't see any Scorpions. And it looks good for Nili, just the Bombard Cannons and the Cav Archers with superior Nili Micro. And the Siege Archers are just going in to die. Obviously, Bombard Cannons with the extra range, 12 plus 2 helps a lot when it comes to sniping Siege. And does look like we might see an even set here soon. Hazzy quite cornered. I mean, yes, he does have this corner. These gold piles have a lot of gold as well. So really worth it to expand here as well. 1.2k there. And that's kind of, I guess, the thing that's going for Hazzy. He has 3 corners. So almost feels a bit like a team game. We're talking about 3 corner victories. But yeah, Nili has all of the middle. So also no way for Hazzy to reinforce his corners if he should ever need to. You don't even have the DLC. Hazzy is stabilizing, but population is a little bit ahead for Nili. Nili's really disinterested in the map besides in the mid. Wait, others? Yeah, Bombard Towers are forbidden in the tournament, so Nili's making makeshift Bombard Towers that consist of a keep and a Bombard Cannon. You mix them together and you get a Bombard Tower. Because the official mixed ones aren't allowed. But Nili being Nili found a loophole. And it is fully legal and approved by the handbook to make your own Bombard Towers without using the building. I don't care, read it now. We have that emote for something. It's great prose. Kelar wrote some great prose. You should read it. It's like one of the best books on the market. It's art. Here Rams. Here Hazzy losing his main base. And the push continues. I mean, Hazzy isn't... His population is still looking nice, but, like... Can he break this army, right? Can he break the position? That's, like, the main part. And now Nili's also concentrated on the sides. And that's it, right? As long as he has the middle, he can easily reinforce.
Hello.
Both the south and the north. And we have TwEpY back.
Hello. So, we're in a late game by the look of it.
Oh, I think we're in the Nili domination part, or we just saw the Nili domination part, maybe? But you think Hazzy can still turn this around?
Well, the thing is about this map, there's still loads of resources, right? So it's gonna be hard to. If Hazzy cannot die, then he's not going to run out of resources, but he has to hold his positions. That north gold is very important. There's 4 BBCs wandering over there at the moment, but they've gone back now. But I think if he can hold his gold positions, then he can still... I think the Bulgarian army is stronger than the Turk army if the gold doesn't run out. And Hazzy can still make conics.
The combination of Cav Archers and Janissaries seem to do quite fine, though, if we don't eat it into Esso. To take out the mounted unit and the dismounted unit kind of after each other, but now that Nili threw his Janissaries away, he will certainly have to run under his makeshift bombard towers again.
Hazzy's taken all those bombard cannons down. All those bombard cannons are going to go down. And I don't know if you've seen Mr. Otter, but in the south corner there is a little sneak mission going on from Hazzy. Oh
boy. It seems like Hazzy is playing way better when you're actually in the booth, right? It looked good for Hazzy, then you went to take care of your family, and then They look great for
Yeah.
Nili, and now you're coming back, and Hazzy's coming back.
Yeah, I've got. When I'm here, I'm sending Hazzy some. I wrote him lots of poems to give him encouragement, and I'm quietly reading them when I'm not here to give him a boost. So that's what's happened, and Hazzy is back in the game.
I see. Yeah, Hazzy, nice clear up there at the front. I think he desperately needed that to have some avenue to do something in this game again. Also being really annoying again, right? The thing he already did great last game with that conic raid there. I don't think it will do that much, but it forced back another 7 pop and killed some villagers. Main farming eco of Nili, though, bit unfortunate for Hazzy, is in the north. Well, I say main farming eco. It doesn't have that much farming eco.
Yeah, only 18 farms, and he's out of food, so CA is going to be his main army. But if Hazzy can get a lot of siege ram, then CA is not going to be good. And there's a big raid coming in the north now with Bulgarian Hussar, which I think, I might be wrong, but I think probably the strongest late game unit. Otto, is that right, would you say?
Bulgarian they Hussar? Have extra attack speed. Yeah, I really like that. When the strongest late game unit is Mamelukes, but you're meaning no gold
trash, late game trash. Yep. And this is where
elephants are trash
very
as well.
dangerous. True. But he's going to be raiding constantly now, and Nili's going to try and wall it up with some houses. I think that's a good move, but I think Hazzy is going to be relentless in his raids.
Where are the houses? Are you ahead of me? I don't see any houses.
So there's a little valley on the left, on the northwest, and he's walled it up with 3 houses, which is slightly annoying, but Hazzy's still going to be able to go round.
I don't see the houses.
Okay.
I see Nili pushing again.
I send you a picture.
I'm at 27 minutes 45 seconds. I hope we're synchronous.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to watch Nili's pushback though. Took some more buildings, but now the conics are on him again. And man, I think your conics are really strong if you have a nice mass, and especially also mixing some halberdiers in there is really nice to get the bonus damage once you get onto the Kelar, just so like that.
Yeah, I love conics, I love Bulgarians, and I think Hazzy has done really well. Nili's down to 90 villagers. I think Hazzy was a bit lucky with this map generation though. The amount of resources he had access to, despite getting pushed heavily on the front, was really good because it meant he was able to hold. And Bulgarians is such a strong late game civ.
Found your houses now. As Hazzy finds the ram and Nili won't get that creepers again. What's going on in the south? Probably bigger story here because there is still over 5k on that pile. Wow. So that plays a huge role here, and it looks like Nili is pushing that, even though Stirrups are making some trouble again, killing all the bombard cannons.
Yeah, and I think Hazzy doesn't want to over-raid here, so he's done some good damage. He's got a lot of vills down. He is going to lose this to the south. It's just, I don't think it's got enough of his units. And I think if he went for a big push in the middle with siege rams and conics, I think he could clear this middle bit out, which I think at this point would be a really good move. But we don't see any siege ram now, and I think he's lost a lot of workshops in the middle too. I think he should rebuild some workshops and then look to push this middle back, because there's a nice gold pile sitting there as well.
There's 8k gold in the middle still as well. These gold piles are giant on this generation.
Yep.
Which is good news for Turks, because as you already said, late game probably looking nice for Bulgarians, right? They have great trash and best Hussar to raid at least.
Yeah.
Right, Turk Hussar also not too shabby, right? The extra Pierce armor is also helping for raiding.
Yep. But Bulgarians also have their halberdier, and don't they have, like, is their two-handers got any kind of bonuses, or is that just
they have the extra melee armor too.
Yeah, so that's strong. But I really think Hazzy should realize Nili only has CA in the middle. A big ram push would be really nice here, but he's still being super annoying around the sides. He's raiding again and again, but he has to convert that into some actual damage now. So raiding is good, so then he clears the way for some damage in the middle with a big push.
He's got Nili down to 80 villagers now, so raiding damage is surely there. Stirrups really helping with that, and yeah, once you raided your opponent so he can't get to pop anymore, that's when you use your full pop to take over the map.
Yeah, come on, Hazzy, make some
Siege Onager is looking for shots, but Nili paying attention. And no rams in production, so TwEpY's wish is unfulfilled. One
Come on,
ram
Hazzy,
protecting the
listen
farms.
to me. Listen to the poems, come on. He's cutting again, also. He's cutting again to the left. He's just going to try and raid Nili to death, it seems. It seems raiding is his only intention right now. He's going to try and annoy Nili into resigning, maybe, but...
It's
here
very
comes some...
Hazzy strat, though. I
Yeah,
mean, just
yeah.
endless raiding while making it a 4-hour game that you eventually win with raids. That's the Hazzy stereotype.
I just love to see 10 siege ram in the middle right now coming in while he's doing this raid. That would be amazing for him. But he has killed a huge amount of economy from Nili.
Yeah, 133 villager kills, Nili had 67 economy, also parts of that idle. 8 on food and completely out of food. So, yeah, Nili kind of also unable to make melee units if there would be a ram push coming, but it's 1 ram and... I think
Lots
the
of
middle
SO.
action rather looks like he's trying to take out the CA, take out bombard cannons, and take that like CA window away, but the CA window kind of doesn't go away. Because the resource problem on this map for Nili right now is food.
Yeah. As well as Hazzy's playing, I think all these SO in the middle, if they were rams, I think... How does Nili stop that, right? Like,
Yeah.
There's no way of stopping that. But Hazzy's hopefully realising that soon. Because the window won't go, I don't think. Like, he have this window to do this push, because Nili has no... What does Nili have to kill Siege Ram, really, with Turks? Only BBC,
Bombard
right?
cannons, yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, Hussar, right? But he doesn't have food. So what
Yeah,
Nili,
so
what should Nili do here? Like, you're obviously, like, Hazzy's your clanmate, so I have to think a bit what I want to see from Nili here.
I think Nili has to get his farming eco up around his castles, and he has to make something to stop this raiding. But here comes Hazzy with a big push. Here comes the
there's
siege ram.
the siege rams.
Yeah, and the Conic and Hussar in front will deny the BBC from doing anything against the siege ram. And this is all going to go down, I think, Otter. And this is looking really strong now for Hazzy.
Yeah, that's looking kind of how you described it, right? 70 food, no melee units to counter those rams. The Conics driving back the bombard cannons so they can't do anything against rams. And even though rams have really bad pathing, if you have enough of them, you still push your opponent.
Yeah. And Hazzy would love to see that monastery with that flag, because as we know, he is a relic fiend. And that will be music to his ears seeing that there. So he's going to be in with those relics soon as well.
Nili's a relic fiend as well, so we have a battle of 2 relic lovers here.
Yeah, 3 relics in that monastery, Mr. Otter, and it's going to be very hard now for Nili to hold this.
Eamon says it's a bit of a throw from Nili. Didn't really look good for him in the mid game, and that one fight he took, right? That was kind of the turning point there, where you could start things looking like Hazzy's coming at least back into the game. And that was really nice played by Hazzy, but relics won't be Hazzy's yet. The Cavachers are pushing back. The Rams are going south instead of for the relics. So maybe Hazzy more of a gold fiend than a relic fiend in this game.
But Hazzy will be devastated. Hazzy will be very upset that he couldn't get to those relics, but Nili's kind of holding it still. I think Nili's mistake, and I think, this is a mistake I make a lot as well, is his castles didn't protect his economy well enough, so he got raided heavily. His 4 castles were kind of...
Yeah, too much in the same place, right?
Yeah, and then obviously he took map control with the castles, etc., which is obviously, like, very, very understandable, but Hazzy's just had such a good time raiding. What's his... Can you see the eco KD?
Yeah, 179
See,
deaths
so
for
annoying.
Nili. And 49 kills for Nili.
Yeah, that's so annoying. And
We
so
also
much
still
gold
have
left
the
on the map.
stables, right? I feel like the southern stables for Hazzy are kind of going the wrong way. Should maybe cut off that gold pose 5 gold 4 gold miners to the right as well. They're trading on the left, but yeah, they're killing a bombard cannon there that was trying to snuff them out. Lonely bombard cannon's not really how you deal with raiding stables.
Yep, and Hazzy doesn't need to kill Nili, he just needs to take this middle. He's got 2 juicy gold piles. He has done a lot of damage to his eco. If he can take this middle away and just secure this middle, then that's kind of what he needs to do right now. But Nili is holding the middle nicely. He's got still a nice all the CA, nice bombard cannons. His farm eco's kind of going up, so there's still a chance for him here. But he has to try and get a strong eco now and try and get some raids to Hazzy maybe, do some damage back. But if
I
Hazzy
feel
can
like
get this
really
middle...
important for the game would be the stone pile in the south. But nobody seems to be too interested. And that's only 450 stone. Stone is really slim on this map, so that kind of means nobody can fully control that middle gold anymore. I mean,
Yeah,
Hazzy could
and
make
Nili's-
another crab host.
Nili's lost all his bombard cannon again, Otter. They've all gone in again. And that's a lot of gold
I'm
now at this
seeing
point.
it. Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of gold now at this point to lose because the gold is running out. The gold is running out for Nili. He's got 2 gold piles left, and Hazzy's still got that 1 gold pile to the top. So it's all going to come down to these middle golds, I think.
Nili trying to push the north with another 2 lonely bombard cannons. Welcome in this dino as well. Our hyper random tournament host in the past as well. And Nili house walling now. His one is 3.
Yeah, he knows. He knows Hazzy's hungry for those relics. Nili's still so many idle villagers, 32 idle villagers, and they're all over the map. He should just send all those idle villagers to a wood line or something and just, you know, start farming around those castles. He can still come back in this game.
Yeah, I think Nili's very German with his villagers. He wants them to do the right thing. So I've seen him having a lot of idols, even in RM, because he's he's afraid to do like the simple thing that us mere and simple DMers do. All idle villager hotkey, click on tree.
Yeah, gone are the days of the Voobly individual villager actions. It's just select all villagers, click on a tree now. But the raids are coming again, and he's going to be denied this, you know, North Eco again. Hazzy's just going to be relentless there, and Hazzy is starting to build forward in front of the golds, which I think is the move. I think that is the move to... But Hazzy still has to find a way to win, right? He can't just raid him to death. I don't think it's going to work. I think he has to push him in the front.
Yeah, it's really hard to push him though, right? I mean, the bombard cannons are still pretty good. Nili has rams now. And yeah, Hazzy slowly thinking about maybe taking the middle gold, 1 villager, making mining camp.
Yeah, see, Hazzy still has that northwest gold, and that still has, I mean, so much gold on that gold mine in Hazzy's base.
6k, holy.
Yeah, so he's okay. But oh, the monastery's going down.
Nili's preparing against the ram. 1 villager is attacking the ram, and he gets it before the relics eject.
Somebody give that villager a medal, because that villager has saved those relics.
I can give him a hug, and he gets saved from the Hussar. I mean, that's also nice for him. But at least his friend saved him. Not like the other guy that was attacking the ram. That one got stabbed in the back by a Stirrups Hussar, but the repairer survives for now. Oh no, but might die now. I'm only casting repairer now. Ah, Janissaries save him again. They're repairing it.
Should we give him a name, the villager? Should we call it Hamza? Go on, Hamza. Use your axe.
Is that an axe?
Sorry, hammer.
Thought it's a hammer. Hamza a hammer. Fits, no?
Exactly. Oh man.
Yeah, it's not being attacked anymore. It's getting boring to cast that villager. I guess I'll look at the raids again.
Yeah, he does have a beautiful action though with the hammer / axe.
Yeah, I mean he's like he only cares about aesthetics, right? He wants the entrance of the monastery to be as smooth as possible. I mean that's kind of where you put your shoes, right? Because you don't go into a mosque with shoes on, so he wants the shoes to have a cozy place there.
Yeah, his family have all died around him. His buildings are collapsing. He doesn't care though. He's just going to keep going, and that monastery is fully repaired. So he's the real winner of the match here. He's the real winner today.
He's happily looking at what he's achieved. While somebody shoots a gun at something behind his back, he doesn't care. Hazzy with another push to the south now. Trebuchet, 2 siege onagers, and another ram. And that castle is also being repaired, but not fast enough.
This is a similar to Game 1 situation now. It's a nightmare situation for Nili. It probably feels a bit like Game 1 again now, I think, where he's just been denied all over. That castle going down is going to hurt, because it is protecting the gold. That castle in the middle is going to go down, I think. Yeah, that is another gold pile there. Not the biggest one anymore, but
Looking nice, and there's Hamza
SO
looking
shots,
at why,
SO
who's
shots.
making him a villager. He realizes
nice
loses
shots.
like 6-7 there. Oh, but he's going forward again. What?
SO shots. Oh, what a crazy game.
Oh, finally the TwEpY. Hamza's really happy to have you in the booth. As he repaired his monastery now, right?
Yeah, but you made a good point, Otter. There's very little stone on the map, so it is kind of hard to secure positions. So I can kind of understand why Hazzy's played it this way as well, because it's very hard to take the middle with castles and crepos when there's no stone on the map. So this is a good strategy, I think, for what he's done. I think he's played very well. It looked very rough.
Yeah, it looked very rough for Hazzy, right? And I think Nili could have fortified north and south earlier than Hazzy wouldn't have gotten the gold. But yeah, Hazzy's done a beautiful job. Also with like both the cuts to the north and south, right? Cutting, like having these two cuts allowed him to have that effective raids as he had, right? And Nili kind of trusted on the woodlines being there, so he just put castles like in between the woodlines, right? So he got a bit tricked by the map, or it would have worked fine probably on the map if Hazzy doesn't like change the circumstances of play with those cuts.
Yep, no, Hazzy making the cuts was a huge move and a very good move. And Nili's actually out of gold, so he's going to be Hussar only now against Conic, Siege Onager, Halberdier. You know,
Yeah, with the CA being dead, this is probably over, right? That's like the win con. I guess there's 3 relics still for Nili, so maybe he could like get his CNA numbers back up with that slowly while Hazzy runs out of gold. But Hazzy has so much gold control now.
Yep. I mean, Nili does have the repair villager still, so that's one thing going for him. But it's hard to see that villager clearing out all the map. I can see it, you know, killing a few castles, but there's just a little bit too much for him to do now.
Knus and Grey Shrimp, thanks for the follows. And Nili trying to re-wall that cut on the north, but there's not only Hussar there is also a Ram. So walling against Sunos, not working. They are the experts. They know how to kill them.
Oh man, so much raiding. All game, so much raiding to the left, to the right.
Killed a TC Lonely Farmstead in the south. They have also been rammed down. Nili still holding on to that castle, but Southern Gold now probably mostly mined, only 280 remaining, so the only golds remaining in the middle and somewhat towards the north and in the north as well still for Hazzy, and that's a lot, yeah. Looking really nice for Hazzy.
Yeah, and he calls, wow, what a game. Well played from Hazzy, well played. You have to say he was everywhere that game.
I was already calling it, right? Like when you were gone, I was like, okay, nice, you have a 1-1 set and everything, but Hazzy made some magic happen after that, man. Starting with that clear up, I think, that he needed when Nili got a bit too cocky.
Yeah, and I think Hazzy had a lot of golds in the corners and in the backs, and he was able to take them long enough to get him to a powerful enough army to clear Nili's army. It looked good for Nili. I think maybe I don't think you can say it was a throw because I think Hazzy played very well, but I think Nili could have won as well. So a great game there.
Yeah, fantastic game. Really well played by Hazzy. And Nili also really well played, right? He almost won the game in time.
Yep. Well,
so really strong game by both. Kills are, wow, 1,500 by Nili to 1,100. But the eco KD part, right? 400 kills for Hazzy on villagers to 60. That's kind of the opposite than the military KD.
400. Yeah, so similar to game 1, and this is what you find against Hazzy. If you don't secure your economy, then you are going to have no economy, and that's what happened again.
Yeah, that is what Hazzy does best, and he looks to be very well prepared and very nice form here for the knockout stages. Troublesome situation for Nili now, 2-0 down already, and lost his kind of second pick remaining after the snipes to the second pick of Hazzy, but Hazzy used his 2 strongest picks. And kind of the first pick to Portuguese still available for Nili. So what do you think we're going to see in the next one?
Well, I think Nili has to go Portuguese because he's kind of needing a win here. I think going anything else is a big risk, but maybe I'm wrong, but let's see. As for Hazzy, don't know. Maybe Goth Portuguese here. Not sure if Goth kill Portuguese. I think they do, right? What do you think? Hello, Mr. Otter. Can you hear me?
I could still hear you. I just stepped away for 10 seconds. I think Portuguese kill Ghost though.
I thought you were giving me the silence because of the Civ picks. What they actually picked against what I was saying.
Ah, no. I had no clue. I just I got the water. I thought I would be quick enough, so you finish your sentence and then I'm back, but I wasn't.
Yeah. Well, I said Goth Portuguese, and the silence was deserved as to what actually happened because I was not correct.
Oh, it isn't Goth Portuguese. So Nili's not going for his first pick. He's going Burgundians.
Yeah.
Oh, Burgundians, Khmer. Burgundians get bombard cannons. I don't think that's too bad for Burgundians. Depends on the generation.
It could be close. I'm in. You let me know when I'm at 40 seconds if you want to go 40 seconds.
I will go there.
It's quite far away, so nothing's happening yet. It's a generation.
Interesting generation. Market in the middle, water around it, and big outside water as well with 2 pathways that lead nowhere. And trade docks as well. Alright, very complex gen. I kind of like it, and I missed the 40 seconds. Of course, I'm at 52 now.
Okay, one sec.
Burgundian Fettoria? Yeah, both people starting with a Fettoria as well.
Okay, I'm good. 52.
3, 2, 1, let's go. On water, I think Burgundians are better, right?
I think they're both pretty ass, aren't they? Let me have a look.
Burgundians have extra strong cannon gains, and with the cannon gains buff now, they are really good.
Actually, Khmer have... Oh, they have Galleon, they have Tridoc. No Shipwright. They do have Elite Cannon Galleon. Burgundian have no Drydock or Shipwright. Or no heavy demo for both, so it's kind of even.
It's kind of even, but I think the Burgundian cannon gains are really good. They have extra damage output, and with the blast radius that they're getting now, they can be like mini Onagers too.
Yeah. So both players going for back docks. Both players going for middle docks. So both players have really prioritized the water. But I would say that Hazzy's made a mistake here because, or maybe both players have made a mistake because they're both heavily popped and neither of them have deleted that Fatoria, which I think, if anyone's watching, I think, and you know, you're still in the tournament, if you get a Fatoria gen like this, I think you should delete it. I don't know what you think, Mr. Otter.
I always insta-delete them. I'm completely on board with deleting fraction on the Fatorias. I've seen a lot of people not deleting them. Way more people than I've seen deleting them.
Yep, so I think both players are really popped for a long time, and I think if they deleted that, they would have had a good chance to take this middle, because I don't know, how important do you think it is going for the middle here? Maybe not that important.
Yeah, there's a market, right? But you could also trade over the backwater, so... You can't build on it, right? It's like stone terrain, so it's impossible to fortify the land there. You can just fortify the water, maybe some towers around. You want to have that trade route, but the trade route over water should be better. You kind of can't use the trade route over water if you have docks in the middle. That's funny, because the ships will try to go to the middle docks, I think.
So it's nice to have the middle, but I don't think it wins you the game on this map. I mean, Hazzy could deny Nili's gold, and Nili can deny Hazzy's stone.
He could kill the Fatoria and thereby have Hazzy to get more pop space.
Yeah. But I think a lot of this map's going to be about taking the sides, really, the side waters. So look on Nili's back left corner, there's 2 golds, a stone, and Hazzy's his main gold on the back left. So I think the side waters is a good thing here, and I think Nili looks like he's realised that. Maybe both players are realising that, and they're making some maybe
Nili's
going around
overall
the
making way more of everything, I feel. I mean, it's kind of elephant, so not that cheap units for Hazzy, right? So, but Nili seems to have more control on land and on both waters right now, so good start for the Burgundians here.
And Hazzy's signaled an 11ing. Did you see what happened there? I didn't.
No, I didn't either.
Okay, hopefully nothing
Maybe
bad,
demo?
but
I don't know.
yeah, maybe.
It's probably
Like-
stuck Ram? No, nothing seems stuck. It's just Scorpions dying to Burgundian Ganigans. As I said, they're OP.
Yeah, and Khmer is struggling here. Khmer is struggling to get out because Nili has the middle water. Nili is also controlling this right-hand side nicely. So, although Khmer is the most powerful civ, it's struggling to get out.
I don't know. I think I like this matchup for Burgundians, I think. They have more mobility. And this is a very mobility-heavy map. I don't see a really clear avenue for a big push, like Mer usually wanted to happen. That castle is being heavily down heavily. Let's see if Nili deletes it. He doesn't.
Yeah, and this is a map where Hazzy doesn't get to play like he wants, and a civ where Hazzy doesn't get to play like he wants. So
Yeah. If Hazzy was the Burgundians, I think he would have a game way more enjoyable for him.
yeah. It looks really good for Nili. He's controlling everything nicely, and Hazzy is not getting any eco going. He's 40C, but he's not really able to replenish, and Khmer very expensive.
Really need that economy. The farming is making it a little bit easier, but he is pushing, like gaining some ground in the middle now. Still not sure if that's worth it though. I mean, to throw all these ballista elephants kind of under the cannons by the Bulgarians, by the Burgundians. Burgundians was last game.
Yeah, I guess he's trying to hold back for a little bit to get some eco going, and if he can get enough eco going and he holds Nili back, then I guess, you know, he's given himself a chance to come back in the game. But how's he gonna stop? How's he gonna get eco going? He's getting raided on the
the one
bottom left.
raiding now. He's raided with Kusti.
Yeah.
Yes, that one half HP paladin also finding a TC denial on the right.
Yeah, but Hazzy is pushing back the middle. Ballista elephants doing their work.
Yeah, maybe Cannons aren't enough there. Some Onagers maybe needed by the German player to take
Sure,
out
those elephants.
those fatties.
They're strong.
They died to siege, but Nili, I don't think has a single workshop
Oh
on the
my
field, right?
god, those
Oh, what?
elephants are brutalizing the ships.
And they're also scorpions, right? The ships tend to clump up a lot, so
Yeah. And I think the thing is, Burgundians have helped deal with the elephants, but ballista elephants, Burgundian don't have SO.
how Onagers work though. Like Burgundians have no siege engineers as well, right? So they don't have the best SO to deal with them. But I think normal Onagers, they got changed a bit, so normal elephant Onager does more damage now. So I think you can usually counter them even normal Onagers.
Yep. So Hazzy, if he can get his eco going, he is going to be in a good spot now. He's done it again. He looks like he's in trouble, and he's really come back in the game again nicely.
Speaking of his eco going, has he tried to go for some fishing ships in the back? All of them get killed by Nili right now, who's pushing the back dogs, but obviously that castle not going up very bad for Nili, but there we go. Nili listened to me and had some Onagers on the field.
Oh,
and
and
I
demos.
really want
Oh.
Nili to win this one so we get a longer set.
Yeah, and the demos popping out there. If those were heavy demos, that might have been mass murder at the elephants, but luckily not for Hazzy. But yeah, you were right. Onager's dealing with them nicely, pushing them back.
Oh, he needs to kill the rams though. He saved the castle. No, he killed his own castle by shooting the rams. I gave Nili the wrong advice.
But the backwater, like I called earlier, is doing a nice job for Nili. It's really good he's got that. 'Cause
Yeah,
if
that's
Hazzy had
good.
that, he'd be in trouble.
Yeah, he's denying the gold there now. Only 3 dogs in the back. Has he trying to go for a castle on the right, so maybe he can get some more dogs down there. This isn't the highest number of cannon gains there, only 3, so it's a little bit of a slow push in the back, but Nili probably focused on defending his front. And both Victorias are still standing, so 180 pop for each player. But some gold, and especially Stone Trickle. I think if you go late game, there's an argument to be made that the Stone Trickle is especially worth it.
Nili read the raids now coming in, but Nili does need to make some more farming eco. He's on 9 farms still, and Burgundians are quite food costly, but obviously so is Khmer. And Nili has got double Hazzy's villagers. So who do you like in this game at the moment, Otto? I kind of like Nili's position still.
Yeah, I like Nili's position more. Yeah, I think with as long as he has the backwater, which I'm not sure. Yeah, Hazzy's not making anything, right? Oh, Hazzy's trying to make stuff, but Nili has the backwater, he has the raids, and I think eventually he'll kill those that army in the middle as well. Like Hazzy can't fortify the position at all. He's just standing on the unbuildable terrain, and right now the army feels a bit useless there.
Yeah, and Hazzy's had a bit of a taste of his own medicine this game with his eco being denied quite heavily by Nili. I think Hazzy could do with one more castle in his right eco, maybe. Yep, there it goes. Exactly where I was looking, so he knows what to do with that. And it's going to be hard for Nili to raid him for too much longer, because this is the sort of nice setup you need. 3 castles, 4 TCs, and some help, so it's going to be hard to raid.
Yeah, but Nili already at this stage of the game, right? Already 70 eco KD, so raids have been very effective there. I think that's including the fish that he killed as well. Now Onagers, let's see how good regular non-siege engineer Onagers are. Well, they're missing all their shots because Hazzy's dodging with Ballista Aelis. Oh my god.
But yeah, those Ballista Aelis aren't that good against even regular Onagers, so obviously that's the way to go against them. Pretty much every other unit looks like it gets shredded.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, usually when you're playing Ballista Elephants, you're gonna have a Hussar meat shield for them, right? That's kind of where they work best. And that's kind of what Nili denied so far by raiding Hazzy's farm, so Hazzy couldn't really get the Hussar out. I don't think he has too many stables either, it's only like 1 stable, never went into Battle Elephant line. Nili fortifying the right side a bit more, there is a stone pile there, adding production there, looking to side push, I like it. You did the raids, now to the pushing.
Yeah, so both players after that big fight for the middle have both decided to just walk away from the middle. So kind of like I said, the middle wasn't that important. Yeah. Maybe they both realised that. But I think Hazzy's way to win this game is one big push. So I'd like to see him do one big push somewhere, maybe on the left side, which looks like that's where he's going. Or he could have just pushed through the middle, really. I think that would have... He's gone all the way back. I think he could have just carried on pushing the middle. But I think he needs to stop wandering around with all these elephants and just start doing a push.
Hero Ram killed 3 trebuchets of Nili, and that was all Nili's right side push was.
Oof, yeah, I see it.
Now Nili's trying bombard cannons against Ballista Elephants. And the one Onager is doing really much damage, though. Like it's doing huge damage against the elephants. I think you just need to kind of mass Onagers instead of sending them in by one, and I think Nili's Onager numbers are too low. But look at what Nili has. Look at that unit that almost looks like a demo, but is a little bit smaller. Hiding behind the fires.
Where are we looking? Is it a special ship?
It's trade cocks.
Oh.
They are trying to be fast fire ships though still, so they aren't trading.
Let them be what they want.
Maybe it's a misclick? I thought he saw the docks and... Yeah, he saw the dock. He has vision over the left side dock. So he found a dock. I think he made them on purpose.
Ah, interesting.
But they are kind of pretending to be fire ships right now.
Yeah, and Hazzy with real fire ships in the top left corner, so that's a nice move because he seems to know. He seems to know that he might be trading.
Yeah, he is trading now. As he's pushing on land, kills a castle, loses the traps after that. Bit unlucky for Nili that he lost the castle with the last trap shot there. Or calculated by Hazzy.
Yeah, it's very close at the moment. I think Nili's losing castles though. I think that's the danger for him. So he doesn't want to lose too many castles because he's gonna start seeing Hazzy raids if he does.
Yeah, there is more stone on the sides. Nili is still controlling that stone, so could potentially go for more castles. The problem with those trade cocks and losing the water in the back now is though that Nili probably kind of showed Hazzy that you can trade on the map.
yeah.
On the outside. I mean, they obviously see the inside mark.
We're assuming that Hazzy didn't realise he's too busy doing some raids.
Yeah, doesn't look like he's making trade cocks or more docks now to trade. He has his middle docks as well, so he kind of can't trade still. He's making a market. He's thinking about land trade, but Nili's back on the middle water. And it seems like since it's two distant waters, the trade cocks are actually working. So I was wrong about the trade cock pathing. It does work to have docks in the middle and on the outside while you're trading on the outside. He's even trading with kind of Hazzy's dock in the back of Hazzy's base there to get a longer trade.
Yeah.
Or just to run away from the fire ships, which he's failing at.
And the gold is running out quickly, so we are going to have no gold left pretty soon in the next sort of 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of starting to focus on casting, like, if people get trade up.
Yep, so it's going to be very crucial. So maybe Nili having more trade will help him win the game if he can get some trade going. But those ballistic elephants are still alive.
Burgundian vineyards, obviously a thing too, as Alistair is mentioning. So Nili gets an additional trickle of gold from his farms and food from his relics, where he has a 3-0 lead over Hazzy again.
Ooh,
Nili
nice.
out-relicking Hazzy.
Yeah, no, that's an achievement in itself. Sorry, Mr. Otter, I just have to be back in a moment. Okay, I'll be back again shortly.
Alright, as Nili is yeeting more bombard cannons, so apparently TwEpY started his... what did he read? Read the psalms? No, like poems. He was reading poems to Hazzy to strengthen him, so that apparently is working him, and he kills 2 bombard cannons for it. And Nili does have 3 relics, yep. And, I mean, in the Suno clan, apparently Hazzy is very known for gobbling up relics, but in, like, the wider AoE community, Nili is very famous for saying that the one thing he's the best at AoE is collecting relics, so I'm not that surprised here. What happened to the trade? 1 trade cog? I guess there's 3 on the field somewhere. So, trade not really going strong for anyone yet. Has he still... Did he have vision over the docks at some point? No, he didn't check the corners. Really learned in practice to check the corners, so... yeah, I think both with... Well, the one that didn't really come into play, right? So I think this is Nili's preparation helping him out, that he is actively trading, still trading with that right side block there as well. Kind of trading in the back of his opponent. No trade in the middle, Nili controlling that. Now even going for forward docks there. We all learned from Dave casts to check the corners. I didn't, I think. I learned from playing peripherals to check the corners, I guess. Many sources, corner checking is important though. You will have to explain me that Dave casting thing though, else I don't watch too much Dave. Ah, cause the birds, right? The birds gobble up in the corners, that's why we check the corners for Dave, I think. I think I got the reference though. Check the corners and raid the corners. They all have a dock, they seem the same to me, but maybe I'm not corner-esque enough. Otter Boy Hazzy, welcome in. Boomstick! Yeah, looking good for Hazzy so far. And now the raids have started again, and Nili probably already has PTSD from getting raided to death in the last 2 games. You raid? How good the corners are. Yeah. Okay, I didn't get too many Dave comparisons so far, and I guess that's fair, because corners all seem the same to me here on this map. Hazzy's not going for the corners, he is going for the middle again. I think he's thinking about somehow starting trade in the middle, but that's like really shitty trade, and Nili watched enough Dave casts, or probably casted enough himself with Dave, so he can check the corners and trade here. And he probably rates this corner higher than this corner, because he's trading more with this corner. So Nili has an opinion. Is this best of 7 now? No. Quarterfinals onwards, round of 16 is still best of 5. Like, I heard Nili was demanding longer rounds. When I did the tournament setup, I wanted longer rounds, but I thought, like, okay, we can't do that to players. They don't want to play longer rounds and stuff like that. I'm completely open to having longer rounds, but I thought it wouldn't be possible. I already thought best of 9 finals a lot. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy if players want longer rounds. I don't mind longer rounds. For the next tourney. Saves my voice having shorter series though. I'm negative again, so maybe I sound a bit COVID-esque still, but I'm back to full health, I hope, or to almost full health. I mean, that does mean still I can save my voice, right? Okay, we've left the game a bit here, I feel like, as TwEpY left us to read the poems to Hazzy. Nili with a good 2 castle setup there on the right side to set up for push. The Belize Elephants are trying their utmost to make it happen, but I think the trade versus no trade situation in the end could give Nili the win here. Nili taking control over the middle again. Hazzy still interested in the middle market. And the Onagers, I think, will probably push the Ballista Elephants back on the right. And yeah, the Ram dies. Nili, nice defense now on the castles. Both players pop cap. Nili, though, 2/3 of the map control and better gold control as well. I sound more energetic than in a long time. Well, I sound more energetic than when I had COVID, which makes a lot of sense. But if it's in a long time, then I also don't mind. But this is also like really hype, right? I think these are really good games. Like, it's not just because I'm more energetic, it's also always about the games. So this is obviously a prominent round in the tournament now, and the set has been really delivering. Thank you, Alistair. Really also pushing the south now, that castle about to fall. Some Cousins around even, and I feel like now the gold unit's coming out. Maybe Hazzy should think about, where is this guy getting gold from? But Hazzy's still pushing the right side. That castle might fall. Only 5 villagers repairing. 2 trebuchets working on it, 2 trebuchets in turn working on that castle. Also not sustain to Panos, but the repair wheels by Nili getting killed by the Ballista Elephants, and Nili gets pushed back on that castle here. Hazzy looking to raid once more. I mean, there's obviously also the Fatoria still giving gold. That is probably quite helpful for the player with no trade right now. And why is Hazzy so good with worse shit farm placement? Doesn't matter. Hey, oh, Alter. Nili pushing the right side. I think it's looking really nice for Nili, right? If TwEpY doesn't come back soon and having read the poems, Nili might get himself on the scoreboard here. But last time I said that Nili was winning, TwEpY rejoined the booth and Hazzy won. So let's see. All depends on the co-caster and his family issues, or his family and his kids, and how well they're doing. I hope they're doing well. But I also hope Nili wins, so I hope TwEpY's gone a bit longer so we get a longer set. And then TwEpY will be there for the last 2 games. So I wouldn't mind seeing a 3-2 here. Some Carnage on the outside would do a lot of work, yep. And I think Nili is preparing that. Second Carnage joining here, not really shooting the castle, but the villagers. That Carnage also working away. And Hazzy's in gold problem now. Nili rebuilding that castle. I think he could have waited a bit and made it more forward, but he still has stone, right? He controlled the stone on both the sides, right? Stones are now empty, but there was a stone here and a stone here. And Nili, by his side control, got all that stone, so that would be really helpful in the late game. Though we lose the cannon gain, probably get that cast. There's still stone here that Nili's kind of controlling with these cannon gains. And wow, Nili is still like wasting so much siege though. Like a bit same as the last game. Nili losing bombard cannons and traps unnecessarily a lot. But maybe it's necessary because it's like Hazzy's chaotic ready playstyle that is forcing those mistakes. And again, on the inside and the outside, reaches most of the land. That's what Nili's going for, right? We do have 4 cannon gains on the inside and 3 here, 6 on the outside. Ballista Elephant's trying to counter them, but TwEpY didn't appear in time, and Hazzy calls the GG. Nili, not the traitor, but the trader. And having good map control, I think, for most of the game on both sides as well. As I just said, right? Really getting these 2 stone piles there in the middle was really helping him. And yeah, he was even attacking the Fatoria, the last tools of gold and stone income for Hazzy as well now. And well, Fatorias were not sniped, but stay alive. And Nili gets a point on the scoreboard. 44 to 16 raises. Very equal KD and economy this time. Better for Nili. Nili with the early rates and with the strong control there. And yeah, as I said, I think not the shabbiest matchup and map combination for Burgundians. And there we have the 2-1. Still a match point for Hazzy. There's another re. This must be a matchup that's really map dependent as they both took the re. Oh, I even saw it, lol. We can take a look at the map they read. So Hazzy's victorious. Nili took his re. Burmese versus Franks. And Nili took his re on a water map because Franks get heavy demo, I guess. And you can't like really elephant push here, right? Besides when it's over water. So yeah. Makes sense, I think. Burmese versus Franks, oh god. They really want to go have game 5 sifs. Not spending their higher tiff picks here. Okay, 3rd time's the charm map. Both players using their rees. What do you prefer, guys? Franks or Burmese? Like we're waiting for Nili in the lobby. Only on land, Burmese. Not sure, like, depends on how open it is, right? Okay, we didn't miss anything, it's also 2-1 on this stream. And he's trying to pick kills. Sadly, he doesn't have that. I think if it's a lot of... If it's very open, maybe Franks can do something with speed. But late game should be way better for Burmese. Elephants... I mean, Franks have helps, right? Wait, another re? They should be out of rees. Didn't they use 2 rees as well? Is this a drop? They are playing? Okay, maybe it's just a bug then? Let's go in again. Okay. No re. We are into game 4. Let's go live. Hazzy with the Franks on the south, Nili with the Burmese to the north, and we do have a lot of wood in the middle. So settle in for the long game, and maybe we can already start preparing the drinking game about the long game from Ragnarok. I've got time, I've got beer, I'm fine. But let's see about the rush. Maybe that's quicker. This map is calling for Baby Split Stability though. It's one of the generations that we tried to roll out. But the no wood in the middle thing didn't quite work out on the map gens. So yeah, I like the maps more that they read. But now they're out of reach, so they have to play whatever they're seeing. And it is this map, so that's the cards we get dealt with. That is Hyperrandom. And the rush doesn't seem to be doing too much from Hazzy. Burmese, I think, even have treadmill crane, right? So they really aren't that shabby. The more I think about it, the more I like them against Franks. Classic Cav Archers plus Hussar. You can play them like that. We even saw them being played by TwEpY as a Cav Archer Civ. Yes, not as an Iron Civ. As a Cav Archer Civ. With like actual Cav Archers without the last 2 armor. And he won with Cav Archers. I don't know why I didn't do Iron but hey, they won as Cav Archers. Against Burgundians, I think. And Nili securing, Nili though going for the Iron champion elephant combination, so they are like strongest deathball comp here, probably also why I didn't want to do that demo map there. Going for 2 castles set up on that hill, but not really going, because the villager isn't doing much. What do Franks now? What do Franks do now, I guess? Onagers. With siege engineers against no... Oh no, also siege engineers for Burmese. Yeah, Burmese really aren't that bad, but they are like also bad. They're not great. As he's getting a castle up, he has throwing X-Men as a backline, which do... Everybody are weird, but like I think in general, their X-Men do more damage most of the time. And as he is sending some paladins over here. Boy, but paladins are... No, he sees the castle. Nili going for early relics again, converting that paladin. Perhaps in Paladin, perhaps, and X-Men it is! In the main battle plus Paladins for map control, but Hazzy misses the castle, so Nili gets that up. Hazzy also misses the relic sneak by the Hippo! And Nili pushing hard here on the right side. Population-wise, village of population 70 to 27, so looking really nice for Nili. Powered by treadmill crane. And the army looking damn strong as well. We can take a look at the... Well, actually higher army value for Hazzy. I'm surprised. Even though it's like Elephant Iron by... Well, Paladins are costly still as well, I guess. But not as strong as Elite Paladins. So I think still the like fighting value should be higher of Hazzy's army. But I don't like that Nili is running under this hill here. The castle might not be under the X-Men. And Onagers were on the hill, though that gave a nice fight to Hazzy, so Hazzy can probably now push this back. X-Men still not too shabby, 12 damage there, but they actually hit opposed to 15 damage, where most of the stuff doesn't hit. And good that Burmese can see the relic. Yeah, unexplored. Very helpful bonus. Kappa. Here's the castle, but I think that was a really bad fight for Nili. Lost a lot of resources there. Good thing for Nili is like he has a better eco setup, right? He has more villagers, so he can easily take those even slightly disadvantages. Disadvantageous is the word. Army trades. And format cannons surviving that Onager shot and getting the trap. Nili with superior bombard cannon micro, and I shouldn't have said that because then he lost 2. But I also have to be really careful here against the siege. It's interesting to see like two throwing unique units going against each other. And Hazzy seems to have taken the better end of these fights. KD-wise, Nili's ahead, but there's also a lot of Elephant versus Helbin there, so shouldn't overestimate that too much. And yeah, the X-Men are clearing everything. So, with the mutants doing well. Gold control, they are really important spot. But so much gold on the left side, right? Some nodes only 400 on those piles, 1000 on those, 400 on those. But there's a lot of gold spots here. That one has at least 3k. And Nili's kind of only controlling one of them. I mean, I guess he has some. Yeah, he's controlling this one, that one. But overall, has he gobbling up the really nice side here that they kind of shared with most of the golds by. Nili once again kind of focused on one-dimensional pushes. And Hazzy playing map control. I think last game, the game that Nili won, Nili played, at least after the start, the map really well. But overall in the set, I think in most games, Hazzy was playing the map better. And that's kind of what I like most about DM. Like, playing the map to its full extent usually wins you the game, or in many cases in DM wins you the game, whereas in RM also the map doesn't matter. And like, I got that whole thing, right? I want to play with that whole thing. And with all the cool units. Even though like going for the cool units in RM is kind of cooler because you need like an extra steeper hill to climb to play the cool units, playing against generic units. But EMU, both of you get the cool units, right? The Iron by the throwing X-Men. Fight's kind of stalling out here. I like the long-term position by Hazzy because of like his controller on the left side of the map. Could even like cut this hill, this hill, I'm saying. This tree line has a hill, as we can see on the mini map, right? So there's a hilltop to cut here, make castles on cut down from. I don't know, maybe that idea is too wide. But we saw Hazzy making a lot of happening with the terraforming ability of Onagers. Thought Nili might win this in one push, but the game is stabilizing a lot now. Is he looking to push? Both kind of also fighting. I guess both trying to push on the left side as well. Nili takes out a cast step. I think a cut would definitely help Nili. Because of like, once if gets Hussar here. Yeah, I mean, he has like the way, the position Nili, where card speed. Where Nili is pushing, he has to push up a hill. Cutting would go round pushing up a hill. No. Yeah. Right. The area is not wide. Ask Frosk about it. I could also ask you about it. I remember that game on... Like, it was a big, even more Black Foresty than this one, but you cut the middle as well. So it negates this. Yeah. True. It's also a hill fight here, right? That's also a hill. That's also a hill. So you kind of can't push on the outside because there's too many hills. Like for both of them, also Hazzy's pushing up here. It's kind of 50-50 map distribution. I think a bit better for Hazzy. And they are bumping into hills. So yeah, I think. Especially since it's not wide. I think Nili tried to cut here, right? Is this chat? Is this natural or was this an Onager cut in the past? This doesn't look natural. Punchip's still alive, but it's not shooting at anything anymore. He tried to cut it, so it's not natural. But Nili first clearing out this position. Like I don't mind. Like he's fighting for that gold, right? They're fighting for kind of this gold and maybe that gold. Overall, with how much gold this left side has, though, I think Hazzy once again got the more important position because there's like 1, 2, 3 big gold piles on the left, plus stone. And this one is a smaller one, right? Also the one that like only these two combined have only 2k gold. Whereas like just I guess the corner one is one. It's hard for him to get. So let's check this one. That would be kind of neutral. That one is 3k3. And that one still has 3k8 as well. But that's closer to Hazzy, I guess. Yeah, that cut was too short. So it was cut short. Haha. As he wants to raid. We completely forgot predictions this set, right? I never even mentioned it once. Not that the mods would like do it automatically, like reasonable mods at reasonable channels. But... I think I might have to mod Aemons. It's maybe worth a shot. Aemons is a really good mod. And he's kind of out of work since Django doesn't stream anymore. I don't know if he wants to, but has someone ever cared if they want to? I always say no and I always get modded. I'll at least let him answer first though and then think about if I accept the answer as whatever. And I feel like Aemons should be mod. But then I want to be nice to Aemons, so then I couldn't play mods as much anymore. Because I want to be nice to Aemons. As he's trying to snipe the siege. He gets it done quite nicely. Doesn't lose that many X-Men. And X-Men are quite cheap, like the Frank late game. Can a Frank X-Men late game work here? Oh, Nili's losing the cut for the 2 trebuchets. If it's probably Nili bot by now, right? But Hazzy is on it. Snipes the traps. And Nili's clearing the raiding stables. They're even trying to make light cav. But yeah, I said this map's calling for a long game and I think we're getting it. Just said I'm out of co-casters. Like, I don't know, I've not asked Zayu to co-cast. This is a true game for a Zayu co-cast because it's reminding me of Favorite vs. Brew so much. But I thought Zayu was like in Switzerland so he can't cast anymore. That's why I kind of stopped asking him. But I guess he built up his setup there. It's a wood game for sure, Hazzy. I've got time. Long game much better for Burmese. Yeah, like if the gold runs out, right? But Hazzy's so much gold control, so it's still even a long while until the gold runs out for the Franks. And relic count 3-2 isn't too bad for Hazzy this time. Perhaps on a different day means you can Principate still co-cast from like Switzerland? I don't know why, but I kind of assumed you couldn't. So. You can also message me on Discord how it's like looking in general, right? So I know if I should like ask you for casts again. You co-cast, it's always good. Better champs as well? Yeah, but there's X-Men, right? The late game unit that Franks aren't making some champions, that is X-Men. They counter champions. So what do Burmese really do then? I think you have to keep Erenby alive here. Skirm's not an option. Hussa is obviously an advantage, but is the map open enough for Hussa? I mean, Hazzy's terribly protected farming eco definitely would be open for raiding, even though there's castles on the way. Nili isn't the raider though. So I feel like that advantage might go unused. Erlenby and macro everything down. Yeah, you need to keep Erlenby alive. And Nili needs to realize that he needs an Erlenby mass. Yeah, obviously Erlenby with Hussar in front, right? Every Cavalry unit, you just put Hussar in front. Like even Japanese Cavalries, you put Light Cav in front. They're shit Light Cav, but you still put them in front. I mean, choke points you could put Heavies in front. But, you know, you always put Hussar in front. If you have good Hussar at least. Even if you don't. Nice snipe there. Castle denied at 93%. So Nili being blessed by his team member. There's some gold and a big stone pile there. 400 on those as well. So that's like 2k stone. That's really important later on. But it's an... what do we think of this castle? Where's Kelar? What do you think of this castle? It protects the stone, but it's like dead gum under a hill. But I guess if we get the stone, we could put one on the hill potentially. So I don't think I openly hate it. It's fine as initial push. Yeah, that's kind of direction I'm thinking as well. Question is, can he hold it, right? Second trap now coming, and feels like Nili has 0 Erlenby on the field. They're still fighting here, but I don't think this area will ever happen something. Erlenby and X-Men have the same range. Yeah, but like in mass, Erlenby should be better, no? When their projectiles actually hit, they should do more damage. But that depends a lot on the X-Men micro, I suppose. Why champs are not Erlenby versus the X-Men? That's kind of what we're all asking ourselves, yeah. Nili... Oh, he's making elephants now! No, don't waste your ghost on elephants! He had Erlenby earlier. He somehow determined they don't work, but I think his only late game comp... He doesn't have a late game comp without Erlenby. The elephants? Gold? You can't sustain that. I think the moments for an elephant push have long passed, especially because there's no siege supporting it. You heard Burmese other play. I even mentioned them at the start of this game. TwEpY had to go because of his daughter, but he's still here with us in spirit. And we are calling for Burmese. I mean, Burmese probably do better here than Champs. And they have more range. They outrange the X-Men. Oh no, I can't truly call for Burmese, right? After we all roasted TwEpY for an hour for making Burmese. But he won the game, so... Scorpions! Maybe it's really doing every unit that isn't an Erlenby and not a CA. But he's keeping the castle alive here, so there is progress. Also like degress though, but Nili has these 2 castles on this hill, so... And he's getting this stone and he's getting this stone, so that's nice. The problem is... There's so much gold for Hazzy to... well, this gold here, right? 3k gold there. Kind of 5k for Hazzy still to mine. The orbs are great as long as no bombard cannons show up. Even the X-Men aren't too bad at taking out siege. They aren't great if they run into castle fire either. Same as the bombard or castle forts. So Nili is pushing a bit here. Still nobody's thinking about cutting the middle. Light cav now by the Franks, so Hazzy is worried about what happens if gold runs out. That Hazzy's main gold in the corner. So you should get an inventory, but we changed. Oh. Yeah. Didn't implement it, right? The rule change? We should implement the rule change, Huggie. But yeah, I don't think it is his main gold. I think these are extra golds like around the map. And if anything, Hazzy had better map with the gold, yeah. Also, nobody asked for a read, so. More of a joke, I think. Nili's selling a lot of food and actually... Wait, did he get more than normal price, than low price for that? No. Oh, no, it's bottom dodge. Yes, permits get guilds. Permits get guilds. 16. That's guilds, right? Isn't guilds 17? I'm confused. Normal is 14, guilds is 17, Terracins is 19, I thought. Am I wrong, Aemons? Guilds is 17, yeah, why is it at 16 then? Isn't it? But it can't be that it's not bottomed out after Nili just sold 4k. So I think that's a cap change problem. Let me check in-game. In-game it's 17, yeah. It's cap change problem. What is Hindustanis? No clue. What is Great Trunk Road, or as it's called in German, Große Fernstraße. B100. Yeah, that's exactly how it's supposed to be spoken in German. Maybe it's 17 something and in the game it's rounded. That would make sense, yeah. Capture it rounds the other way or something. I'm just like, I think just Grand Trunk Road at least sounds good, right? But the German translation is just like Big Far Road. So, and it sounds like when you have like a federal road connecting Oberammergau to Neuenstetten, for example. That would be a große Fernstraße, or like Grand Trunk Road in German. Not that spectacular name for a unique tag. I think it should be 18. So it's worse than Saracens. I even have to research a tag for that. Shouldn't it be better than Saracens? What? Since calling Hindustanis Hindus can be offensive to some? Yeah, we also are not allowed to abbreviate the Japanese civilization on Twitch. Pretty sure nobody means that offensive, but giving them the translation of their unique tag only Große Fernstraße, that's not nice to the Great Hindustan. First and Saracens food also gives you bow body. It opens up Caravanserai? I don't remember what it actually does. We have time, I can look it up, right? Oh, gold income 10% faster and trading fee. %. In game it says 10%, so Huggie seems to be 5% off. Interesting, like Aemons used it. You think the Große Fernstraße means Autobahn? I was thinking of Bundesstraße. I was kind of, when I had it in mind, I was thinking of Bundesstraßen, not of Otter One. I think they nerfed it slightly but buffed markets, so maybe that's more than 80 now. They're fighting over that hill here. Fighting area on the left hasn't changed at all. Castle has been killed, but there's a back castle. Farm count 70 to 80, so both with decent farm economy. Nili still not making errand buy, and I think that's the reason why X-Men are probably gonna win the game and the set for Hazzy. Okay, guys, can we do something? Is it too late to switch out to errand buy? 3 relics, probably not. Make it like a slow switch. Maybe like, obviously you're not supposed to do or say anything in Nili's channel, so maybe we can find an emote that we can spam here. So without hurting any rules and anything. Nili's also not supposed to have chat on. Yes, actually. Here's something we can spam for so he makes errand buy. Obviously without actually telling him that he could make errand buy. Does he have enough rest for the errand buy upgrades? This game still has an hour to go. Yeah, like maybe we could even make an errand buy emote in that meantime. Right? Somebody has an errand buy picture and makes a quick emote. I could upload it and you could spam it. We probably would have the time for that. Right? Not enough 60 gold trade instead of 70. Killed by cap trade. Is keeping bombard cannons alive a win condition? I mean, nobody even tried to convince you to stay, Zayu, but maybe you want to make the emo. Spam keeps. I feel like they both take a hill and they die at the next hill. No. Nothing, everything's back to regular, right? Like this hill is once again Hazzy's. This hill is still Hazzy's. This hill is still Nili's. This hill is still Nili's. This hill is still Hazzy's. Game hasn't moved at all. Isn't it his win condition just survive another 30 minutes and have a Civ win? But does he have a Civ win without Iron Buy? He doesn't. Otherwise, X-Men are a Civ win for pranks, I think. This is World War I in AoE. We have evolved, right? Post-Imp. We just skipped the Industrial Age. And repeat for 4 years, so we're gonna see each other at Christmas 2028. But they could make a Christmas break, right? If it's World War I, there was that moment where the front lines united and celebrated Christmas together. It was only a tiny part. It happened. So maybe we end up with Hazzy and Nili spending Christmas together. Probably while still playing this game. They are allowed to pause for guests to stay. Is that an official admin ruling? Yeah, we make an exemption for the pause rule. Nili and Hazzy are allowed to pause for Christmas. Oh, Nili's cutting! Nili is cutting! Let's go! And here come those raids. And I talked about how unprotected Hazzy's economy is. But he's cutting right into the castle. Was spending white for 1940 for much product in the later years. Dang. Fuck nationalism. Let the people celebrate. Oh god, please don't look at that farming again. Just for you, Hazzy. This is a tour to what is being raided in few minutes. It is a peaceful yet inefficient farmland by the Suno player known as Hazzy. And there are already rocks falling up onto it. 'Cause doom is upon this farmland. Maybe not, because it's being Auswald. Nice reaction by Hazzy. Stonewalls aren't allowed in the tournament, that's why we're seeing Auswalds. And Onager dies. And Hazzy even deletes a house to counter raid with a light gap. And Hazzy is just like, yes, he cut. Let's raid. I can play that game. I can raid. Yes, I only declared that you can Hussar. I don't care. I am Hazzy. I raid. Okay, that isn't how Hazzy talks, though. There was way too much angry German in there. It should be, yeehaw. What's up? I can read. More towards that direction. Wasn't my best Hazzy impression ever, but... yeah, I didn't get his like... voice melody right. That was a pretty bad impression, but... and... Nili's the one to house for now! And... is that a push? Not really. Nili's switching to Hassa now as Nili's out of gold. Hazzy is out of gold too. But I think with 2 relics and enough farms, like 90 farms, he can still make X-Men actually. And he is! He has an X-Men queue, right? And since Nili doesn't have Aaron by, I still think Franks have the better late game here. Without Aaron by, I think Franks have the better late game. AR said he has a Symphon in the end, but he never really changed my mind on that. What's the counter to X-Men? I mean... yes! Nili noticed he needs Aaron by! But I think it might be too late to get them. But Nili has Aaron by on the field and instantly starts pushing. I think CA would be better than Aaron by here. Like, when I said that earlier, I was also kind of starting to think it. But yeah, we both casted together a 2-hour game between TwEpY and Monunes, where we demanded Aaron by instead of Fermi CA for an hour. Yeah, probably in low numbers now. I think if he had a like big ball earlier, Aaron by would have been better. But since he has low numbers now, maybe CA did better. Monunes had hand cannons. Well, Franks get hand cannons too, no? It's classic AOD, it depends. That's not the AV, that's the 90. Even Fermi CA can be good. Nili is making progress. He's taking over that hill. As the whole raiding shenanigans was a bit overhyped, I guess, because nobody's raiding in the end. Franks get hand cannons, yeah, but I mean, the Burgundian ones are better, right? That one said then. And that cast by Nili is stopped. Still think he's getting the position here, though. I mean, it's kind of a bit too late because all the gold is empty. There's only 380 stone, and Hazzy's probably still gonna get that. Stoneback looking back better for Hazzy as well. But his X-Men aren't really on his side. Like, they might kill everything, but they're mainly fighting over here. But there's still, like, no movement. How did he might get a castle up? As he needs some army over at the left. Classic Franks, 500 castles built, but still enough stone for another 500. How many castles does he have? 8 alive. Nili has 13 alive. Let's go. Broomies, as both of us called them above. Think Hussar does kill X-Men? No. I mean, in these numbers. These numbers heavily killed him. Castle killed him. But no, I think X-Men should kill us all. They're trash killers. That's really... Oh, sorry. They're also really good at stalling out games because they kill Siege. And yeah, there's Hebs. In front of them. This technically has the momentum now? Yeah, a bit, right? He finally took the left side hill here. It's losing more siege again, though. And he lost his 4 iron by again. Other thing is, you have so much more eco collected. I think he just had a better, bigger economy for most of the game. We can actually look at that, right? Economy, Nili has always been higher. I think it's just starting eco earlier, but look at the will count for most of the game. And that has been higher here for a while for Nili, has been higher here for a while. Yeah. It doesn't, not right now, but over most of the game he had more villagers simply. Efficient farms? I don't know. I don't think it's that. I mean, yeah, they're... Most of them are a little bit better than these. Oh, the difference isn't that big, though. More efficient, not that efficient. Yeah, but I think it's mainly what I showed, right? It's mainly like, there's more red on this shot than green. And the villagers have been working. Actually, I think it's probably better visible if I switch to... Okay, this. Yeah, the red line is above the green line. And that's like the main part of the game where it was 130 versus 150. That's why he has more risk. What happened to the X-Men? They were going forward. Ooh, I think a lot of them died trying to kill that castle. And Nili has broken through. Another cut by Nili. And now the not so efficient farming might get a not so bad hit here. But, I mean, there's been more castles added into that farm eco now for the first cut, so. That's kind of the problem, right? You attack something unsuccessfully the first time, then it's better reinforced the next time you attack. Yeah, more efficient. Not bad efficient. I already read that. Oh, 34 viewers. Nice, nice. Welcome in, everybody. Surprising thing is, people always say these long DM games aren't good for like the look of DM, the viewership of DM events and stuff. But the longer the game, the more viewers I have. Been a good test match. I do enjoy like watching, like, I don't know, it's tough to cast, right? It's tougher, it's easier to cast like games where there's a bit more happening, even though like they were constantly fighting left, right, and especially middle. Really interesting, right? So, but as a viewer, I like watching these long games. It's a nice chatter, it has a nice story to it and everything. I think DM is a nice form, pretty strategical. Yep, absolutely. That's why I like it. Is you like play the whole map is your chessboard, you use all of it, and you move your pieces on different fronts, and at the same time as well, which is like a bit more enticing than chess. He's asking how many relics Nili has. Nili has 3, and he says that as well. think Nili has been more thoughtful and that's why he's winning. Because of the cuts? I guess his bigger economy is paying off as well. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. He's trying to siege push left side again, but there's the X-Men around. So the trap fall. I think that's stalling the game a bit is the X-Men, right? They're just too good at killing bombard cannons and traditionally let's get back you too. Yeah, that isn't like decisive enough, I think, to call the game a 3-2 relic split. Still a quite even game, even though I feel like it's going a bit better for Nili in the last minutes. And Hussa with Lightcap is potentially helping, but like Hazzy is trading as well now. Maybe deleting a few villages is worth it just to have the bigger army. Two traps again. But like Hazzy doesn't really have a choice, right? I think Halberdier X-Men, what else could he do, right? Can't really think of much. Trying to raid, but that castle and that whole funnel here towards the castle with the buildings, that's really nice, Benny. Like, I like this house wall because it kind of funnels all the light before to die there. I think it just needs to finish the left side push. There isn't much there though, right? He needs to arrive kind of here. There's some farms here. Trying to kill that castle, but Hazzy's doing a good job sniping the siege. Another trap coming out. Nili's doing a good job continuously producing traps, but his farm numbers are getting worrying. Like, that also means he can't really sell much, right? Probably garrison units? No, not really. These Halberdiers! Oh my god, these two Halberdiers killed all these farms! These two 41 HP combined Halberdiers. Nili noticed now. So I sent the Halberdiers to clear them. One dies. This one, is it being microed even? Oh, I think it was just auto retest, right? Oh, but the castle falls. So that's progress for Nili. Nili's pop a bit worrying now though. It's back to 70 on food. Doing a good job replenishing his eco really. That little cut has been house walled. Hazzy's trying to get in here again. There's the castle behind it, but once he gets this house, it's always through like right next to this house. I think Nili needs to make a house here. Because then his castle can shoot at the people trying to kill the house. I don't think there was petards, there was just Lightcap killing this house. Or do I see petards? Hazzy has petards, maybe? I think he was just thinking about them, but didn't really use them yet, and Nili made the house I wanted to see, yeah. Because now, if units are attacking these houses, the castle is shooting. So now that probably means Hazzy doesn't need the petards. Entire macro. As he desperately trying to raid. I think Nili is Nili winning now. Nili managing to win without Ermby. Oh, Hussa good enough to kill X-Men. Was chat right? Is the cast always wrong? He's semi-winning. Okay. He's not in the semis yet, though. Two more sets to win. Two more games in this set for Nili to be semi-winning in the semis. The disappointment in my voice when you realize we're going to see Burmese win against without Ermby. But we're also seeing Burmese win without care watchers. Get his two taps out first. I think Hazzy might tap out soon because he's like losing position here and can't really raid. And it's like commonly believed that Frank Setter is not bad, not good late game. Even though I think he just has the better unit in there. So. I think Hazzy just needs to stop the light cav, stop the raid attempts, and mass a big X-Men army. Just mass like 60 X-Men, 3 traps, and kill everything. But he's Hazzy, he wants to raid, so he's making too many light cavs. True, he did bait Arenby originally, so it wasn't without Arenby. Arenby enabled him to get this hill and this hill. But it's... I don't think as long as Hazzy's making any other units than a few Halberdiers and a massive X-Men army, Nili has a better army. I think he should stop making light cav. I mean, come on, we're not even at the 2-hour mark, guys. This is nothing. And Hazzy calls it before we reach the 2-hour mark as well. And that means decider time. Nili almost making the reverse sweep happen here. And it is the perfect opportunity to do the little Nili copy that I am when it goes to deciders. Because we are watching Nili. So, Goth versus Port, the safe prediction for the deciders that I can get behind as well. And that means it is time for a certain song posted by the very Nili himself. After I'm through with the ads. I really need a better ad block for YouTube. Be right back. Decider time. Any errata guesses in God versus Port? Ports and pray for what? I think Ports are fine on most maps against God. I like Ports more there. Gods really did the rush. Think Hazzy might actually be dead here. If he doesn't get the rush down. No Rees anymore. So I think this would be really a matchup where both would want to still have their Re. Yeah, I think we need another hype sound as they aren't ready, but there is also the other hype sounds, right? Another hype song here. Also posted by a very own Hippo. That's cool. I don't know this one as well as the other one. I can't sing along as well. Does look like Hazzy's thinking differently about this than we are. But like, if you for now want to continue talking about Ghost Force, like, what do Ghosts do against organ guns? So once the Portuguese have a clump up or have a castle sub in general, even on land, after his fam, they're kind of dead, I think. So I think that might also be the reason why you might even see Hindus. Ranks died here and. One. Don't think there's any reason to go Lithuanians, right? Lithuanians die to Goths, die to Hindustanis, so Hordes pick should be 100% sealed there. Hindu gunpowder maybe, and hope it's super open so you can make something with Usa. I mean, that's surely what like Hazzy wants to play, right? You can raid on the side star with Horse that it's Hazzy style, yeah. I think Ghost is probably still better. They are taking a bit of a break. Oh, they're not. We are up, and it is not Goths, guys. It is Portuguese. But it is Hindustanis. And this is looking great for the Hippo, because you know what Hippos are? Water creatures. And you know what Portuguese are? Two water creatures. And we do have water on the map. Nili starting with the castle as well and some barracks. Hazzy, their farm map. Well, it isn't that far, but it's kind of far. Two waters on the map. One inside water around two quite big hills. Reminds me a little bit of a map that we saw in Polar against Troop, but with added outside water as well. Here you can see the whole map arena. And yeah, I think that's a tough one for Hindustanis. Don't have the greatest navy. Portuguese, one of the best, if not the best navy in the DM game, with caravels as well. Being a really nice ship in deathmatch water, especially also against land units on these land bridges here. Let's see if Hazzy can. Oh, Nili walling in the dockville. This is looking really good for Nili, I think. Here's a chance that it looked so good for Hazzy in the set, but think silver advantage for Nili in game 5, keeping the Portuguese there. And the reverse sweep, will it really go to fruition? Hazzy taking the first two, Nili taking the next two. And so far, Nili has it with a good jump on the map. Lions in the middle, giving him a little bit of trouble. Got one dock up, but mainly focusing on land economy. Imp Camel plus hand cannoneers, but Chatagni hand cannoneers I'm not too sure against organ guns how much that will do for the US American. Invader on the sides. That was still about Ghost, right? He can raid on the sides here as well. I mean, the lands on the sides are connected, so Hazzy raids from 2 sides here are totally possible as long as he's some semblance of water control at least. Nili doesn't get his forward castle up, so Hazzy might get the hill, and it's still a really nice hill to have, even though the hordes are likely to dominate the water. Hindustanis, they have Fraser Galleons at least, so the ship you kind of need against caravels and demos, but they don't have heavy demo. They don't have shipwright either, I think. I just know the Hindustani water is bad. I don't know how bad it is. It doesn't want to let me look. Then not. And Nili just needs to make probably a land death ball of Portuguese organs, bombard cannons, and support that from water. But the gunpowder of the Hindustanis is defending that for now, and Hazzy, as long as he has the hill control, can maybe make something happen even against the Civ matchup here. Maybe instantly going caravels after maybe a few demos. I'm mixing galleons as well. I think a mix is best because then you have to pass through damage of the caravel combined with the like higher attack of galleons against demolition ships. Is he trying to make a castle over there as well? Bots can just cut off the whole middle island. Yeah, first need to get the middle island though, right? Otherwise can still be challenged from those big hills there with bombard cannons, right? That is what Carnage going for. Gulam would be good against organ guns. Did someone say that? I feel like I read that in chat. We're very understandable if that person that wrote that doesn't want to write it again. As the organ guns seem to wreck here. Cut off Hazzy's crossings? Yeah, but like Hazzy's crossing is here, right? He needs to take the middle for that. Oh, you mean these here? Well, caravels aren't that great against demos. They don't have... They damage multiple units, but their damage output isn't great. Still take Gulam or good versus organ guns? After you saw them all die to the organ guns, here comes another batch. Let's see. Maybe it's true in Castle Age, I don't know. Definitely not true in post-in. Yeah, don't get your crossing stuff. What Nili is doing is getting the left part of the island too. They'll probably try to get the right part and just methodical push to the middle, which is... They were decent against old organ guns. Ah, okay. Yeah, but the new organ guns with their like mass anti-mass effect and like especially since they have extra bonus damage I think against infantry now and are weaker against like other stuff. Who are my infantries? New organ guns just eat them? That's what it looked like to me. Navy fights there on the right. Ooh, real nice for Nili denying this castle. That is a gold pile and a potential to make something happen on land for Hazzy. And yeah, it's starting to look really good for Nili. Oh my god, poor Hazzy. He was like 2-0 up in the set. Don't want to count him out again, but I think TwEpY having to leave to take care of our matters and family matters has, since then it went down, right? Went down while Hazzy was taking care of them. Hazzy came back, went great for... TwEpY came back, went great for Hazzy again, but... Kinda TwEpY energy has left Hazzy hanging since. And in a fantastic set, right? I said this would be one of the best sets in the round of 16, likely. And we are getting a 3-2 set. Just that Hazzy's a bit out of civs for it. He's still in the game. Pop is quite even. He's trying to make the hand cannons happen, but it's also under the hill, so... I think Hazzy needs side pushes. Don't think you can do anything in the middle against Portuguese, so... That's why I talked about that castle so much, right? And maybe making something happen from the left side as well. A way against Portuguese, right? We saw it in the freaking Chris Camrad set. Is you ignore their death ball a bit, try to slow it down, and kill their eco. Kill them from the sides until eventually you can clear the death ball. I mean, that's kind of how you play against all death balls. Man at Arms! Formerly called Schlumpf 666 AoE. Thank you for the raid and welcome into the decider game 5 between Nili and Hazzy, and it is looking like the Hippo is making the reverse sweep happen in the round of 16 in the fastest chaos. And I always scream cast, you know that. But Deathball is kind of overrated. I think it's rated pretty highly in this game so far. Nili took over the left with it. 2 castles left there for Hazzy, but really a pushback opportunity there. Nili once again with cannon gates in the back, as we saw quite nicely in game 3, where he started his reverse sweep. Do you have to say thank you, Ben, now? I'm used to saying thank you, Schlumpf. But I guess there were just too many people saying Schlumpf instead of Schlumpf. Change something that the English-speaking world could understand. I guess it's working on your brand. Sag gern auch Schlumpf. Danke. Danke, Schlumpf. Für den Raid. Vielen Dank. Mein Schlumpf. Okay, I said Schlumpf too much now. Let's go back to the game number 5 here. 10th brick. And they just really microing this bombard cannons, but not really moving forward there. So we still got a kind of even game with what has been a fantastic set so far between Nili and Hazzy. Here fighting for a quarterfinal slot. Good night, Schlumpf. Thanks again. 4-2 relics and less wood needed for Hindus. This will turn into a classic Hazzy game. Okay. Let's see. How much wood do the trees have? Only 100? Okay. So AR still believes that Hazzy can come back here. Or that Hazzy can make it happen. I mean, I guess it's like 50-50 on map control now. Maybe I'm just overrating ports. Does Nili have Fatorias? I don't think Fatoria are efficient yet, right? But he can make them if he needs wood eventually, I guess. Nili is pushing hard. Eco is generally better, especially in DM, than going for Fatoria. And the gold runs out. Yeah, maybe. It still has 45 on gold though, and Nili is getting the front docks. He will soon push into Hazzy's main base, so I think Hazzy is kind of running out of time to make something happen on the sides. Trebuchets are being made here, raiding stables were attempted. Nili has a nice defensive castle there though. Nili really reluctant to push in there through the middle. Now still trying to clear the right side, which doesn't really have any res. Like, there was a bit of stone that has been mined. It's just, I guess, 150 wood acacia trees. But he does have the dock set up here, and caravels plus cannon gains could do a lot. I mean, not if they're that lonely though. What's happening here? No push by Hazzy, instead of push back by Nili. Yeah, I still like Nili's position here. Portuguese just seem to have way better options. Both land and water military. The only thing that Hindustanis have is speed and Hussar later on. But it's mainly Gulams, which I still don't see working. I mean, the hand cannons are doing a good job at holding there, I guess. Nili's also getting the middle gold now, mining that very heavily. Still has almost 3k gold here. 1.5k gold there. So don't really need Victoria yet. Killing another middle castle there. And Hazzy might be a little bit out of ideas. Trying to push this one here. Mainly Gulams in the queues. Trying to go for Gulam raids, but Nili has 12 castles on the field. And not really too much eco besides gold, as he just didn't spend his food, so there is kind of not much to raid. On Organ, they're going for the defense. Nili even pushing the right side now. I think this is looking great for the Hippo. Nili now has the full middle control, and he's trying to push back on water a bit there with some galleons. But Nili has landed, kind of. I mean, there was no landing needed, but Nili is on Hazzy's main base, and this is looking very troublesome for Hazzy after he played so well in the first two. And also, like, made the 3 and 4 games really close. This one, think a bit hard from the Civ matchup. Ghost would have not fared much better on this map, though. So the game to win for Hazzy was probably game 3. There with the Khmer. Probably, maybe should have used the 3 there. Or, like, decided for a side and just gone for a big land push. Gods have heavy demo, yeah, true. But they also don't have even less units against organ guns, probably. I think Hazzy probably need to either sweep here or go home. And that's kind of how you build reverse sweeps as well with drafts. Like, he went for the later draft, but Hazzy's getting some good raids down. Yeah, with the Gulams and against the Organs are low numbers, the Gulams can at least do something. And they are raiding really nicely here on the wood lines too. I still don't see him really stopping that push in the middle though. Hindustani trash, not two folks who played Hindustani in both his sets in the main event. Yeah, Gods are still, I think, the better option than Hindustanis. Like, don't get me wrong, I think Gods would have had better chances than Hindus. I still would have favored like ports in both matchups, which isn't like surprising, right? They were kind of Nili's top pick here, and Hazzy only had its bottom picks left, so. Killing Hills just adds the switch into Victorious. Do we have them yet? We don't. But you also don't need them, right? Nili's bank is really, really nice. Nili's army is really, really nice. Hazzy's bank is still okay, but he doesn't have military, right? Really. And that means the Hippo will go to the quarterfinals in a fantastic, hard-fought, fastest chaos set that I think really brought what it promised and what the DM promised. Like, Nili's probably like saying, yeah, the game format was a bit stalemate. I really enjoyed watching it, and I saw some positive comments about it as well. Yeah, it isn't really the map we wanted with the massive Middlewood, so I kind of admit that is map versions we didn't want in the tournament, like kind of explicitly, but it's hard to. There's like a zillion of map gens in Hyperrandom, right? So you get better or good ones. Like, you can't guarantee to have a good map every time. Then it's a pick map tournament. And I enjoy the variety a lot. I think it's a great fun to watch. I hope you're enjoying it too. as this looks really satisfying, right? Like with the lines of fire that the organ guns have now. Just means Nili is playing in another age than Hazzy now. Technology winning out. Now Victoria added? The relics are out. Probably with one thing. Apparently 5 relics were there for Hazzy. And yeah, there's one Victoria. There's the second Victoria coming. And it's nothing can withstand Victoria. Nili will go now. I always kind of did it for the calling it. But Nili will go to the quarterfinals. Reverse sweep by the Hippo. What a set. Damn, reverse sweep Reno indeed. And Boomstick says, I've really enjoyed the randomness this tournament. Made each game interesting. Thank you. That's what I was hoping for. And also thanks to all the donors who made this an $800 tournament that we're playing on DM Hyperrandom. It is just beautiful. Also, a lot of thanks to Hazzy for giving us a fantastic set here. Unfortunately, meeting the Portuguese death there in Game 5. 700 to 400 kills for the Hippo. 60,000 resources for both. So both with a nice economy, but the army strength for the Portuguese just so much better than for Hindustanis. And the Hindustanis hype that we had in Deathmatch World Cup 5, I think it's officially coming to a close by now, guys. And Hindus have fallen out of favor in RM. They are, I think, or at least should also fall out of favor in DM. Now, or at least quite soon. And yeah, Nili reverse sweep. What more can I say? Great set. I really enjoyed watching it. And that was nice.